Hi Taurus, how are you? Welcome into a random next 48-hour tarot reading for you. We're going to jump into some Secret Language of Light Oracle and see what the next 2 days and surrounding it is going to look like for you. So beginning right from the middle, for Taurus. Ooh, focus. All right, the number 37 is significant, as it is a time period for you in the next 2 days where you're feeling ultra focused, all right? There's also going to be a focus upon you. People are really noticing you in a different light, maybe a more intriguing light. And there's something about the way you're viewing this and that of importance within your life maybe differently, and it's a time of great empowerment as well. And you're going to be focused on taking care of yourself while then better, more efficiently, more positively taking care of business in regards to your obligations, even, other creations and developments, accomplishments that feel to be labeled as extra, all right? Extra is how they're describing your energy, where you may be feeling a bit dramatic at certain points, and that could come through in a very mellow, dramatic kind of way. There's something about the color yellow, as Spirit really is viewing you in a very sunny kind of light. I just heard you have a sunny demeanor in the next 2 days. Now, look at this. Look at this powerful imagery on the transformation card. So it's going to be a time where you're continuously transforming, and this is leaving you in this state of empowerment. It's leaving you in the state of, again, viewing things differently and feeling different. And it feels like you're feeling all the feels. There's a lot of the same word. And I do sense that for some, you're to be labeled as an empath. And this leaves you picking up on and feeling other people's emotions quite consistently. And so that's playing into it. But it's also a time for you while, again, you're feeling all the feels, you're being reminded as to how truly intuitive you are. And that's playing into the next 2 days in certain very powerful and important ways, while you're maybe reassessing in regards to it because of what you're feeling accurately. You're feeling new intuitive knowledge coming in. Wasn't the best wording. Let me try that again. You're feeling certain new intuitive feelings throughout this 2-day period, and that's going to be important for you, all right? It really will support your bright future. But look at this. Wellness, because again, it's a time for you to take care of yourself and maybe reground yourself and feel good about what you have done recently, but also within the next 2 days, because it's the sense of you not always gaining all the respect, honor, accolades that you truly deserve. And so Spirit's saying, give it to yourself. You know what I mean? And even in that sense, in that way, set the tone for it to come in otherwise from other people. But I also feel like you are really, setting the tone once again, at least in one, if not a couple different situations, as I stutter a bit. But I also feel like your energy is transforming the game for yourself and for other people. You're walking into, say, that work situation, and it's as if you have this grand presence, kind of like in the Libra next 48 reading I did yesterday, and it really leaves people stunned, looking at you a lot, admiring you. Your energy changes the energy in that situation quite dramatically. Now, I want to say that you are getting a lot of spiritual downloads in the next 48 as well, and that doesn't exclude your dreams. And so we're needing to jot things down. Somebody has a notebook that they have dedicated to, this is really random, specific. Somebody has a notebook that they have dedicated to spiritual messages and whatnot, even intuitive messages maybe, and you don't utilize it these days, or not nearly enough. And so Spirit's saying you're stepping into a very, again, intuitive period of part of your path, and a very spiritually connected time for you, where it's going to benefit you greatly. And part of that is going to be downloads, messages coming through, again, feelings of true importance that are completely accurate. And so we're needing you to stay organized and write things down. When you think about a purchase you want to make in the near future, when you think about randomly, which is all very spiritually guided, when you think about a change you want to make in the near future, write it down. You know what I mean? There's something about you being able to speak things into existence, being a true manifester, but also writing things down can be a really good strategy for you as well. But moving on, you may be going through a powerful awakening in the next 2 days. I honestly feel like the energy during this period could be a little bit overwhelming. I'm feeling very affected, naturally within your energy. And so as the kids screaming and then the sirens and even the spiritual activity in this park is really kind of getting to me a little bit, negatively affecting me, you may just be experiencing some of which in the next 48. Look at this. You are the universe. I really would hop over and watch Libra's reading as well, for they are saying you are grand. You're bigger than you realize. You're going to be bigger in the future than you realize. For a lot of which this is on social media. It could be through your business, through the career field. It could even be because of your side hustle. But it also feels like that's somehow intertwined with how really connected to spirit you are more than ever now, but will more in the future, more so in the future, if that can even be imagined. Let's move on to the tarot. The Eight of Wands, the Chariot, and the Page of Swords. There's something about you really disliking extra noise, maybe even extra energy that's just not comfortable. I find that also in one, if not multiple situations, your worth is really being focused upon as you easily do something, or you just are more ideal than they have been remembering recently. It feels very work related and or home situation related. But I also find that Spirit says, what about love? What about the potential of that connection of yours, or the future development of it, the furthering, or maybe further committing with that person? If you're single, what about, cutting out a little bit of time, putting in a bit of effort here and there to explore the options, okay? For I really do sense that this is something Spirit's saying you're not making enough time for it. The Eight of Wands in the Chariot card, I just heard as well, I have a lot going on. There are moments when you need to stop speaking or stop what you're doing, maybe separate yourself from a situation temporarily to better your energy, to maybe slow your roll. Because again, it feels like a lot's coming towards you, flowing into your energy field. A lot's even swarming around you very spiritually and energy otherwise. It can be a lot once again. But I also sense that there's something about, during this period, you having this large destiny, this grand purpose, and you can feel this. You know this at least to an extent, if not fully, being drawn to this reading. But then they're saying that leaves you busy, that leaves you with this overwhelming status and maybe more so way of being and feeling at times. It leaves you with a lot of demand in the future. And it almost feels like you're being prepared for even more, again, demand, attention, opportunities of a lifetime is what I just heard, to flow in for you, to be sparked. It's this feeling of you needing to fully understand that things are about to work out for you more than ever, and you're going to be gaining so many amazing opportunities, and some that are just average or whatever, or maybe once upon a time would have been ideal for you but aren't anymore or won't be in the future. And so they're needing you to again redevelop a sense of extra trust with your intuition and your spirit guides at this time, out of preparation for certain important choices in regards to these opportunities, even in regards to what and who is meant to come with you moving forward. I feel there's some Tauruses drawn to the reading who are meant to be famous, in the spotlight, in the limelight, and you need to understand that there are so many people out there that will very much so, without even blinking an eye, will ride your coattail, okay, or coattails, however you say it. But it feels like as the wind picks up a bit, there's a real feeling of there being a change in the wind for you. You're going to be feeling different once again in the next 48, and this is beautiful. You may be wanting to hold on to what you have been experiencing a little bit longer, and Spirit's saying, let it go, let it flow, right? Don't fight the change that's in the wind for you, even create more of which. You may as well be pushed to at a certain point or two, go out and adventure, experience more, connect. You're going to find that you are randomly guided to go somewhere different, and this leaves you with a set of random experiences, maybe even messages from Spirit that are beyond purposeful. I feel you know this, but again, it's another Taurus reading where you're being reminded you walk an extremely purposeful path, where things are just coming to be, changing, transforming, being accomplished even, very, very efficiently, very randomly at times, but purposely. You also will feel a sense of disconnect between you and a situation. Good, because it feels like maybe overly connecting to that job situation or that person at this time, or maybe something else in your life randomly, won't suit you or benefit you in maybe ways that you think it will, or maybe it once has. But as energy just truly affects me. Yeah, it's a time of true divine guidance. While you're going to want to better understand things that are in the midst of changing, but they're saying you don't need to know it all, okay? There are secrets we've been keeping from you, meaning your spirit guides and otherwise, because you don't need to know it all. Sometimes knowing it all, understanding things fully, especially in regards to how things are going to change moving forward more than ever, would maybe damper the current day reality that you have, or change your perspective in ways that you're not meant to experience just yet, at least, or in general. And you may even make the wrong choice or two because you're maybe not hidden in the dark. You know what I mean? Sometimes we would ignore a situation that we know wouldn't work out after a certain point because we know what's going to work out more so after the fact, when there's actually purpose in regards to choosing that temporary situation. Do you know what I'm saying? And so there's many reasons as to why you don't have it all figured out or know everything. Let's move on to the Queen of Wands. My friend, you are very passionate in the next 2 days. There's no shortage of it, and it's really working to your advantage as far as what you're creating, developing, accomplishing, who you're connecting with. People find you funny. I don't know why I'm getting that, but also it's as if you're looking really good, and it just feels like people want to get a piece of the Taurus pie, if that makes sense. They really are craving more of what you are presenting, what you have to offer, what you're putting out there. And also, I feel you have a really big heart, and so Spirit's focusing upon that at certain points. But I want to say as well, people are noticing and focusing upon at certain points your individual light and how bright that is more than ever at this time. And I want to say that you are gaining some attention that feels unexpected, but very rewarding all the meanwhile. I sense that if you're posting online, that's going to do really well for you. But let's wrap up this reading by saying this is a time of great transformation. While you are going to be receiving a ton of downloads once again, a ton of intuitive hits and feelings of accuracy. So write them down. Your path is transforming tremendously. All right, so we will leave your reading at that. I do apologize if that was a lot. They just, the messages come through as they do. I hope they were truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light. Bye, Taurus.